My name is Ahmet Ogut. I'm from Turkey, based in Amsterdam and Istanbul. And I was working on two new projects for the track. And one of them is a huge helium balloon in public space. And it's called the Castle of Verrode. And it's inspired from this it's the first consumer cooperation based on socialist ideas. In 1880s, they started an organization called Verrode, and they were, it was basically a Belgian model, and it was a new model, and quite revolutionary historical moment, actually. But because it was in Belgium, it was not taken so seriously. But if you look back right now, and that organization, cooperation, exists until 1970s, and it was a very successful model compared to the ones in England and in Germany. If you look and compare with the other socialist movements, and it was for the first time a combination of idea of cooperation and socialism. And I like the fact that the building still exists and still in the center of Ghent, exactly the way it is. And that was quite inspiring, and I like the slogan actually still is on the building, which means forward. That was my inspiration. And my second inspiration was the painting, famous painting, A Floating Rock on Top of an Ocean by S.M.A.K. And so it was basically that image came to my mind. It's a very surrealist image, and this also the combination of this socialist utopia, but it's very practical. So the difference of this was that organization compared to the other socialist movements, it was a practical revolution. And so utopia actually came to the ground. It was in practice. And so I combined the surrealist image and this utopian idea. Now it looks like failed, but I think they were quite successful, and for a long time they managed to exist. And even it's quite inspiring to still see the building standing over there. So my installation is just next to the building, and so you can actually see both together, the real building and the floating helium balloon, which is in the shape of this S.M.A.K. painting idea, like a floating rock, and in the original painting there is a mysterious castle on top of the floating rock. Instead, I replaced with a replica of the smaller scale replica of the Verrode building. That's the first part of the project, and I will also do an performance event at the opening, which will happen in the historical velodrome just behind the museum. So I will work with professional cyclists, 7 cyclists, and we will actually have 7 bicycles, and each bicycle will have each letter of Verrode, which is forward, and the letters will be LED lights. So actually, when they start, it will be readable. You can read it. But during the performance, because they will have different speeds, it will be a bit more complex thing. So you can just see the letters apart from each other. But maybe there will be a moment they just come in one line again during the performance. So that's kind of, again, the idea of this, referring the utopia. But also, I mean, I quite like that, this work, the helium balloon, especially when the first encounter, it's really such a surrealist image, but it's real and it's right there. And it's also the matter of that first moment is kind of surprising. And it's in public space, so anybody just passing by will encounter it. So I like the first effect and how utopia actually can be so real at the same time, but also surreal. That's more or less what I say.